About 2.5 years ago, I made my first Catching Predators on Discord video. After being heavily inspired by seeing Quibbit's video, I just blatantly ripped him off, but worse. And I would say it went pretty well.
We're going to kill you.
You're gonna kill me?
I'm going to find you and shoot you in the face. Is that your girlfriend? Kate?
Sure, why not?
I'm going to find her.
My general strategy was to go to Omegle, a site where you can talk to random strangers, and then find old men who had Discord, and then add them to catch them for a video. At this point, I wasn't working with police or anything because I was 16 and clueless, but I did show their faces in my videos in hopes they'd get recognized. I completed the video in like a week, and it's the video that blew up my first channel, and I thought, wow, what a job well done. Little did I know that missing one little detail would spark a fire in my life that still burns to this day after 2.5 years, because one of them was a high-ranking police officer. There were two predators in that video that stood out to me when recording it. Flan76 and Corvette694. Flan76 thought I was the decoy's brother and he was saying he was gonna R-word the girl that he somehow still believed existed. And Corvette694, who when I called, he appeared to be at work or some sort of school or building. I couldn't make out where this dude was because he was calling me from his 3DS, but it clearly wasn't his house. Unfortunately, the guy who said he would R-word the girl overtook my attention because it was so shocking to me, and it was the first predator I ever tried confronting, and to this day, probably still the most verbally aggressive.
I'm gonna bash your head in with a brick. You know
All
how
right.
many girls up there?
Wow.
30. I've killed 30 girls.
You've killed 30-year-olds. But my attention very soon shift. See, I edit all of my own videos for the most part, and if you've ever edited a YouTube video, you know how long and dull it can be at times. But I decided to show my friend Leon the timeline of the video, basically just so he could see all of the work that I put into the video. I showed him everything up until we got to the person, Corvette694. Corvette694 was the individual I mentioned with the 3DS camera, but what I didn't mention is he also sent a picture before the video call, one of which I glossed over, but that was very important. Upon seeing it, my friend Liam pointed out something in the bottom right corner of the picture, something I had no idea what it was until he goes, "Is that a badge?" Bruh. We freaked out realizing the man talking to was a cop, and at this moment I decided that I'd bring down this police predator. No matter how long it takes, I would stop at absolutely nothing. At this point, I've decided to dedicate every fiber of my being to finding this man. Not that there was much else straining my life, it was COVID in the middle of 2020. The problem about the situation I had was, I know almost nothing about this guy. How do I find someone based off an appearance and minuscule details about themselves? It seemed almost impossible, but I was up to the task, even with what little information that I had. What I do know is that I got him off of Omegle at around 1 AM. He was 56 in Pennsylvania, liked riding motorcycles, and was a cop of some sort. He's also apparently been with a 17-year-old. Not that that's helpful, just weird. This was around mid-2020, around the time of all the police protests when they were going on, from all the George Floyd stuff, rest in peace. And I'm sure he heard a lot of the phrase fuck 12, but I guess I got confused and took it literally. Bro heard fuck 12 and said I already have. Anyways, it was time to begin my search. I started by probably doing the most inefficient thing that I possibly could, which was literally just looking at staff directories for different police departments in Pennsylvania. Surprise, surprise, it didn't amount to anything. I also tried reading the text on his badge for any assistance or pieces of words, but it was so small and pixely that there was no way I could make anything out no matter how hard I tried. I tried reverse image searching the picture, but alas, there was nothing on it either. At least it meant I was special when he sent that picture to just me. I then had another idea, which I felt pretty smart for. When you take any picture, there's hidden data within it that generally tells you where the picture was taken, and if you're lucky, maybe more. It's called image metadata, which I tried to get on the picture he sent me, but that also fell through because it didn't really have anything on it, not even his location. I was pretty much stumped at this point. I knew he had to be out there and wasn't far, considering I knew his job roughly and what he looked like, yet I had nothing concise. If only I had something used to uniquely identify him to search up to see if I could get any more information, maybe like a username. It had somehow completely slipped my mind to Google up his username, which would have been far more effective than going on a goose chase for an hour over 3 pixels. I blame my 16-year-old self for that, okay? I wasn't as experienced in the stalking field as I am now. Modern Omma is a much better stalker, I promise. Anyways, after searching the name, I found a Twitter page under @Corvette694 with the name Gary L. Jeffers. It had no concise information that could lead me to believe this was a guy, because there was like a 30-year-old man in the picture, except he was on a motorbike. You know who else likes motorbikes? Corvette694. 694. Now, I wasn't positive this was our guy or even confident, but I definitely took note of this. The only other thing we really found was a review of gun shells from 2018, which again isn't really anything, but it tracks with his interests, especially if he's a cop. The leads pretty much ended there. There was nothing else on the open web that I could find about anything under the Corvette 694 username. So I went to the dark web. Kidding, I actually didn't do that at all. I decided to run with the name on the Twitter account because the only lead we really had left. I hopped to Facebook and looked up Gary Jeffers, Pennsylvania, and lo and behold, a gold mine of information was waiting for me. I won't show it for privacy reasons, but there I found an account of a man named Gary Jeffers from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, who both resembled Corvette 694 from Discord and worked at an army depot as lieutenant. That's right, this wasn't no normal cop. This was a government official. The nail in the coffin was after scrolling onto the Facebook page we found the exact same motorcycle picture from the Twitter account, linking Gary Jeffers himself to the Corvette 694 username and Discord account. I was pretty sure we had our guy. I felt so powerful and strong in this moment. I'm not saying I'm Sherlock Holmes, but if there were a real life Sherlock Holmes, it would probably be me, okay? I'm just saying. But as they say, when you break down one wall, an even bigger wall is there waiting for you. And that's the very problem I faced. This is also around the time my crippling depression kicked in. The problem we faced is we had no real solid evidence on the guy. The chat logs weren't super sexual in nature, and the call was less than smooth. If I wanted to put this guy away, I need more. The problem was that his Discord was not accepting friend requests, so I couldn't add him on another alt. His Facebook and Twitter had messages disabled, and any phone number I could find under his name was inactive. To this day, I've still not found a phone number for this man. I had absolutely no means to contact him. Maybe a carrier pigeon because I knew where he lived, but what am I going to do with that? It's not like I could just mail him a 15-year-old and see what he does with it. The problem summed us pretty much the rest of that day, despite knowing now who he was and what he does online. It wasn't that useful considering we didn't have super solid evidence on him until I took a fat shot in the dark. How do you get in contact with an uncontactable man? No number, no means to message him, but we did know one thing. I had found him on Omegle pretty late at night on a specific tag, so maybe I could get him again. The odds were in no way in my favor, but it was really the only choice I had. At around 5:30 a.m., we decided to take back to Omegle. It's not like we might find him again, right?
If this guy says Corvette, bro, I'm losing my shit.
I'm waiting for it, bro. I'm waiting for it to say Corvette. Let me check.
I don't think he knows.
Why the fuck do you not know your Discord thing?
Within 10 minutes of being on the site, we encountered somebody who was the same age as Gary and from the same area. We were pretty much freaking out because what are the odds we might manage to find the same guy we're looking for on Omegle again the very next night?
Clarifying, now that I'm recording, I went on the same tag that I originally found Gary, right? Around the same time. This is a dude from Pennsylvania, the same exact age, by Harrisburg. Where Gary is from is by Harrisburg.
But the way he described himself.
I think he does have blue eyes though. The brown hair, that's cap, that's gray. But 225 is pretty realistic. He is a fat guy.
What if he's at work right now?
He was at work the last time I talked to him.
I know, that's just what's weird. How they fucking not know?
I was literally bored. I was like, alright, I have nothing else to do. What more can I do? So like, let's just fucking see if he's on Omegle. It's a long shot, but it is what it is. And then boom, 56.
Was this the first one?
No, I've been on for like 5-10 minutes.
Unfortunately, upon trying to get his Discord to send to us, we got disconnected.
He's a cop.
We should see if he goes after like little.
No!
We searched for about 10 more minutes until we found the same guy.
Please be him. Let's go! Let's fucking go! Please. 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 Yes! Let's fucking go! Fucking go! Corvette.
Come on. Money roll.
Corvette.
Oh, stop typing, you fucking shitter.
Fucking Corvette.
Come on. This has to be him.
Yo! Oh my god!
Yo!
Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god!
Oh my god!
Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god!
Words cannot describe how insanely gassed I was considering the odds. We had no means of contact with this man, and by pretty much dumb luck, we managed to find him again on Omegle and get a second shot at incriminating him. I guess that fuck 12 model really stays true because there he was looking for more young girls. We managed to get each other added on Discord and the intellectual conversation commenced. I was looking for you. Man, I was looking for you too. Cool. I wish I was there. What would you do if we were together?
Kiss your neck.
We could take our time. Make it last, lol. I sent this beautiful image of him literally on his way to work while we're talking. I then told him I was surprised to find someone close by, which to his response was, me too. Love to slowly undress you. I said, I'd let you. To which he kind of started role-playing, kissing down your body. Ooh. Circling my tongue around your nipples. Yeah, this guy was different. He talked about getting a hotel and got more sexual, but the dig was pretty much up. He really solidified himself when he straight up sent the PP picture, so we kind of got all we needed out of that conversation. I'll leave the entire chat log in the description. Do you want me to be your first? Yeah, okay, man. I would lick your put. At this point, his fate was mostly sealed. I just really needed something even harder hitting, so I got an idea. I wanted to catch him on camera talking and actually saying what he wanted to do, so it was irrefutable to anyone who saw the evidence what he was doing. The problem arises when I don't exactly sound feminine, but hey, that's what women are for. I texted a female friend and arranged for her and Gary to hop in a video call, posing as the girl I was texting him as. I taught her how to set up OBS to record the call because at the time I wasn't technologically advanced enough to know how to middleman a Discord call like I do now. We arranged for the call to happen the next day, and I would say it went pretty well.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Just chilling.
Yeah. I was just asking you if you got away from your mom.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So how are you?
I'm good.
That's good. What do you want to talk about? I'm not used to this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I don't care. Anything you want to talk about.
Anything you want to talk about?
So what do you like to do?
I don't know. I play basketball. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can you turn your cam on?
Can I turn my camera on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so what do you want exactly?
What do I want? I don't know.
Like, for me?
I don't know. Talking and who knows? Depends what you want. I don't want to do anything you don't want to do.
Maybe if we met up somewhere.
What would you want to do? Are you just curious?
Yeah.
What? What would you want me to do?
You say what you want me to do.
Well, I'd like to kiss you,
Yeah, that sounds really nice. What else would you want to do?
brush you, kiss you all over.
Do you want to
Do you
plan
like that?
Yeah. Do you want to plan a time where we can well, it would be my first time, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I have to go, but I'll talk soon because my mom keeps walking in and this is kind of getting steamy, so I want to wait a little bit before anything happens and we get deeper in the
Okay.
conversation and stuff, but I love talking to you.
I'll be on later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So, the dust was settled. The evidence was there and Gary was hornier than ever after having a 15-year-old lust over him in the voice call. I had all the evidence I thought I needed, including basically a verbal confession. It seemed over, but that's exactly it. It seemed over. You see, nothing about Gary can be simple. There's always some kind of issue, which is exactly what I've ran into. I called his local police department and offered up all the evidence I had, and they basically told me there is nothing they can do. What? All that research, carefully pinpointing a random man's identity over small details on Discord, and then completely by a shot in the dark finding him again on Omegle just to catch him. All of that for the police to basically tell me they don't know how to handle it and to call someone else. I didn't record it, unfortunately, but from what I remember, they basically told me to call someone else because they can't handle it. Am I supposed to send out the bat signal or something? Another common approach I take is messaging as many family members that I can of people who know the predator. However, the only people I could find relevant to him were old as fuck and didn't really use Facebook or other social medias. And to this day, I still don't know a single person he may actually know in real life, so his real life is pretty much still a mystery to me. I actually did get one response from like a half niece or something, or someone who may know him. I shared everything I had with her and her response was literally just, ugh. And then I never heard from her again. Sorry for inconveniencing you, I guess. I mean, me personally, I'd want to know if a predator is in my family, but hey, that's just me. How do I bring down a man who basically has no known family, and the police basically tell me to screw off? I should also mention, I did try to contact his workplace very heavily, but at this time, I could find no phone number for wherever he worked. It was like some weird government office that I couldn't find a public number for. I knew where it was, but because he was a government member, wherever he was located was like through 30 different directories, so anyone I could connect to had no idea who he was or where he would be. It was so infuriating somehow. No matter where I looked, nobody knew this man. Feeling both accomplished and defeated, I inquired from another predator catching YouTuber in the site that they used to anonymously report people from within their own videos, and I passed all of the information on to them. It wasn't the victory I wanted, nor that I was aiming for, but for the time, it's what I could get. But I don't know what the direct result with this particular instance was. Gary deleted all of his messages about a month later. I don't know if it was a result of me messaging one of the family members who responded, or he was somehow notified about what happened or investigated. But who knows, maybe he did get in some type of trouble. But there's nothing to me to suggest that. It wasn't the win I was aiming for, but it's all I could do, for the time being.
We've been joined by special agents here within the agency.
Okay.
So if you want to start from the beginning with what you wanted to talk to us about today, please.
September of 2021 was probably the most unique month of my YouTube career. I had every account hacked and my whole family was doxxed entirely. Combined with that and my channel being pretty dead in the water at that point, I was at a pretty low point. I remember reminiscing on times that were, in my opinion, some of the most fun ever, which was May and June of 2020. It was the first time I saw growth on YouTube in any significant way. I basically lived with my best friends for a few weeks, and the girl I liked me back, so I was really thriving in quarantine, despite most people not. While those memories are all pretty non-recreatable, there was one thing I never quote-unquote finished in that time frame: the police predator. Now, I hadn't heard anything from him or of him since the first police predator video ended, so at this point it was roughly a year and a half later. Truthfully, I had no idea what have came of anything that I had done, but I was curious as to if I could find him somewhere on the internet again. I knew he used Omega late at night, but that was over a year ago and could have very easily changed. I decided to take a shot in the dark to find him, and it somehow landed. Gary, the police predator, often used the name Corvette 694. Pretty much for virtually every recent social media he had was under the Corvette 694 name. I couldn't find anything old that I knew of beforehand, so I decided to search Corvette 694 on Snapchat to see if anything popped up, and alas, it did. Upon the search, a Snapchat user by the name of GJ showed up, and almost instantly, I used a fake female Snapchat account to add him. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to put two and two together and realize that it probably stood for Gary Jeffers. I really didn't think it would go anywhere, as probably an old account or something. I mean, he'd been around the internet for a while. He had a kick account at one point that was made under that name 3 years before I even met him, so he's probably doing this for years before I encountered him. But to my surprise, I was added back less than a day later. Not gonna lie, I don't know why it took me a year and a half to think of adding him on Snapchat with the Corvette username. I guess it just didn't really cross my mind, but holy hell was I excited. I just got a second chance to bust the very guy I had at this point spent a year and a half trying to find again. About a day after being added, we finally struck up a conversation. It all led to this point. I don't have the first bit of conversation saved because it disappeared, and this all happened on Snapchat, so it was kind of hard to save at the moment, but I basically just got his age and confirmed with him that I was 15. He asked to see me, so I sent a fake picture of a girl, and then this was his response. Absolutely atrocious, Riz. What are you doing? Watching Netflix with my mom and texting you. Anything interesting? No, not really. We're just watching Paul Blart Mall Cop. I asked to see him again, and he sent me this picture. Still looking great as always. Sad to see this one isn't in the uniform though. I told him I liked his beard, and of course, the only response to that is, yeah, it would tickle your pussy. It'd feel ticklish, hee while I lick your clit. Yet 1 year later, bro still loves to roleplay. What else, sir? I'd slide my rooster inside after you're real wet. And then I got sent a dick picture, which honestly I probably could show because it looks like a dried grape, so I don't even think YouTube would recognize it as a penis, but for the sake of the viewers, I won't do that to you guys as well. Just know it's very sad looking. The conversation went on for a few more days, so I'll give a little bit more insight to the conversation between the police predator and the girl he believes to 15 before moving on to something I think is honestly more interesting. I'd love having you next to me. I'd love that too. Could feel your body. We could cuddle all night long and keep each other warm. Yes, feel me pressed against you. Yes. You'd make me hard. Ooh, I could feel how wet you are. I would love kissing your body. This carried on for pretty much any amount of time I would give him throughout a few different days. I know this sounds like a fake thing from a movie, but an elite hacker who had been aware of the situation had even gone so far as to dox and hack Gary Jeffers and his entire family. If you don't know what doxing is, it's basically having every ounce of your personal information leaked, including addresses, phone numbers, and passwords. Nor did I intend for this to happen by any possible interaction with this individual. However, even with the entirety of the police predator's information being exposed to me as well as any possible family members he may have had, I still had no new information that could be used to go want to expose him to either anyone he knows or the law enforcement. The same brick wall that had beaten me over a year and a half ago had presented itself once again. This dude is 6'2" and 250 pounds. He's basically a human Bowser, and you're telling me no one in this little ass town recognizes him. Now, I've mentioned he's a police lieutenant of some sort, but to clarify, he's not an on-duty officer or lieutenant or anything, so he wouldn't be like the dude who pulls you over. This means he isn't working at any form of police department or building that I can just call up and they'll know him, which makes it exceedingly hard to contact wherever it is that he works. To this day, I still don't know his exact role or exactly what he did wherever he worked. Maybe I should have searched local daycares for him, but I did know one thing. He worked at a particular government building. The problem that I'd faced before is I could find no phone number publicly to get in contact with whatever building that this was at that he worked at. Anything I could find took me through like 30 different government directories with different numbers throughout various states, and I probably called about 50 plus numbers asking around for him, and not a single person was able to tell me anything about Gary or where the position he worked at might be. But then I realized something else. Maybe I don't need to find a number for the building. I didn't have a number, but I still knew where he worked. But there's a staff directory. On the site, there were two main quote-unquote bosses or people who ran whatever this was, and for obvious reasons I can't use his real name, but I was able to find the individual above Gary in the workplace, or well, his boss, and decided to do some research on him. Through legal means, of course, I managed to find Gary's boss's personal phone number. I was pretty ecstatic and I immediately called it, obviously. Looking back, this wasn't very professional. It was like 8 p.m. and the dude was driving home, but he did take up my call. At long last, someone had confirmed they knew Gary. I pretty much debriefed him about the entire situation, and alas, I was finally heard out by someone who knew him. Obviously, it wasn't a great time for him to talk, but he told me to call back a number at 8 a.m. the following morning and they would take a formal statement.
This is Colonel.
Hey, we talked briefly yesterday.
Hey, I'm gonna conference somebody in that's gonna help us with this, okay?
Okay, imagine it's Gary, bro.
Hey, this is my lieutenant, Gary Jeffers.
We've been joined by special agents here within the agency.
Okay.
So if you want to start from the beginning with what you wanted to talk to us about today, please.
I pretty much just informed him of everything that had happened with Gary Jeffers. Stuff you've already heard, so I won't put you through that again.
Do you mind if I ask a few questions, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Do you, and you can obviously refuse to answer any of my questions, but I'm going to have probably 10 more questions.
Oh, that's fine.
Are you prepared to identify the victim of this, the 15-year-old girl, I think I heard you say?
There was no, like, actual victim. We obviously lied when we figured that out. So there is no, like, real victim.
Okay. So he is seeking, is he knowingly seeking or talking to and sending explicit photos to someone he thinks is 15 years old?
Yes, in both instances that I have, actually 3 instances I have saved. He thinks one is 16 and then the other 2 are 15. You know, I mentioned, you know, oh, I have school, things like that. So it's pretty prominent that is age and he's aware.
And you said you have a picture. Is it like a fictitious picture of his police badge, or do you think it's his real police badge that you say you saw a picture of?
I have quite a few pictures. So there's one of him in his outfit, and I think he said at the time he was working, so I think he was in his work building, and in the bottom right corner you could see like the first top half of his police badge, which is how I figured that out in the first place.
Now, can you tell me more about these explicit images? Like, I mean, you don't have to go into gross detail, but what exactly was he sending? I mean, I'm just going to ask you straight up, was he sending the dick pics?
Yeah, he was sending dick pics.
So this has been going on from May to present.
May 2020 to present.
Okay, May 2020, over a year.
Yeah.
One more question. Can you tell me in the text, I know you said he sent explicit pictures, in the text, what is he looking for? Like, is he specifically looking for, like, post-pubescent girls? Like, is he specific looking, like, for 14, 15, 16-year-old girls?
Yeah,
Did he say anything close to that?
No, not explicitly to my knowledge. He said I like your age at one point and stuff like that, but he didn't say, oh, I'm only looking for girls your age or anything like that.
Okay, but he had no problem with her being 15 and 16.
Yeah, he had no issue.
Girls. Are you just a person who's advocating for this type of work, or do you work for a specific organization who does this? I've worked a case before. I'm former NCIS. I worked a case just like this, and it was an organization who would look for predators. Do you work for an organization like that, or is this something that you're passionate about, sir?
I do YouTube, so I just do it kind of, you know, for videos and report what I can. Normally, I don't go this far out of my way to ensure things are good, but I mean, I saw he was a cop, so I kind of put my time into it.
Right. That's awesome.
So, hey, for Kaiser, I just wanted to say thanks for bringing this to our attention.
Yeah, no problem.
That one of the reasons I wanted to get agents on the phone is so that we could take the appropriate action. Being the investigative arm of. Yeah, I appreciate you doing the right thing and bringing it to our attention.
Yeah, no problem, man. I guess the only last question I really have is, so I still have him actively texting an account on Snapchat. Now that it's reported, should I just leave it, or what do you think I should do with that?
So let him keep texting. What we'll do, we'll end up contacting these sites, Omegla and Snapchat, and we'll have them put a law enforcement, lock on his account so he can't close them.
Okay.
So that's one thing we'll do in the background. He won't even know that's happening.
Okay.
So yes, I look forward to your emails. I do appreciate you doing what you do. If this is all works out to be, if he did this, then there's trouble. I can tell you in my previous cases, there's books on the laws. If he believes it's a 15 and a 16-year-old and he's actively engaging with them, that's just as bad as doing it with an actual 15 and 16-year-old.
This was it. I'd won. A year and a half later, I'd finally won. The call went even better than I could have anticipated. They were very kind and cooperative and interested in hearing me out, and seemingly had a genuine interest in investigating the situation. I immediately forwarded all of my evidence to the special agent, and after that, all I could really do was wait. Around 2 days later, Gary had stopped responding on Snapchat entirely. This is also seemingly where my luck ran out. After that conversation, I had absolutely no new information or updates at all. For a month or two, I'd searched Gary Jeffers, Pennsylvania on Google in hopes to find some sort of arrest or him registered in some online system, but that day never came. Whilst I was pretty happy with an investigation seemingly have gone underway, I still wanted something of a conclusion after a year and a half. I decided to reach back out to the special agent for an update, and about 2 months later, I finally got a response, which was this. In other words, I didn't get to know shit. However, I was raised to never give up. I mean, Hitler never gave up, and look how far he got. I devised a 2-part plan in order to figure out what exactly had happened with the investigation myself, since unfortunately, the investigators wouldn't really tell me anything. The first of which was to see if Gary was at the very least fired from his job. Since I had very little information on what he even did on his job, I had to make up a lie that was somewhat believable, but also bizarre enough to get some information. I decided to have my female friend call the building where Gary worked and gave her a story to work with. Upon getting an answer from someone, she had told them that she was recently pulled over and given a ticket with the instruction to call this number and speak to Gary Jeffers, who was the person who quote-unquote gave her the ticket. Understandably, the person on the phone was pretty confused, but after sticking firmly to his story, they informed her that she shouldn't have been given a ticket at all, as A, Gary Jeffers apparently didn't have the authority to give tickets, as well as not being within the jurisdiction that she claimed to be from, and B, Gary Jeffers no longer even worked there. This was all that we needed, so once they put on hold to transfer her to someone else, we hung up. Second part of my plan is considerably questionable, but I needed to confirm the next thing as well. If he was at home safe and sound, or there was a possibility of him either not living where I thought he was, or in hopes that he was maybe in a jail cell or something. Now, something I have not mentioned in these videos is Gary Jeffers actually had a wife that he was married to for most of his life, but unfortunately, she passed away from cancer about 10 years ago. I leveraged having this information and decided to order Papa John's to what I believe to be Gary Jeffers' house. However, I put it under his wife's name and entered a birder phone number of mine when ordering it. The plan was that the driver would give me a call about the situation after refusal of the food, as obviously Gary or whoever's at the house didn't order Papa John's or pay for it. I was. I also assumed that if Gary was there, he would obviously be quite upset at the situation of food coming to his house under the name of his deceased wife, so there'd likely be a visible reaction of anger of some sort. Sorry to the driver who got put to use for my own personal purpose, but I did end up paying for the pizza and tipping. After 40 minutes of ordering the food to what I presumed to be Gary's house, I got a call from the Papa John's driver on the fake number I had set up. The driver said that the man at the door was A, both aggressive, and B, quick to get him to leave. I had claimed to be his son and that this was my dad. However, to confirm, I asked if it was a 6'2" man with gray hair, a bigger build, to which he confirmed. I apologized for the inconvenience and told him I didn't know how food was ordered at my parents' house and why my number was there instead. That being said and done, it was pretty much confirmed to me, or as confirmed as it can be, that Gary still lives there. I had all the information I could really need after the investigation. Gary was seemingly fired from his job, and I have no idea what happened after the fact or what it is now, but he's seemingly living a comfortable home life. Unfortunately, as of a month ago on his eBay, he ordered a pair of sunglasses and some jewelry. Hopefully he's not using the jewelry to lure in any more young girls, since he unfortunately didn't face any legal ramifications for his actions. But I guess there's only one way to find out, eh? If I actually go to Pennsylvania and confront him myself.
Gary Jeffers, the police predator, or the pedophile if you will, has been within my crosshairs since late of May 2020. I expended all of my resources online trying to ensure justice after catching him talking to kids 3 separate times throughout the years.
Well, I'd like to kiss you,
Yeah, that sounds really nice. What else would you want to do?
brush you, kiss you, all over.
And while I had no update on what had really happened to him for the last year, I did know one thing. Through his eBay account, within the last 6 months, he had purchased some collector's coins. So after seeing him enjoying himself, naturally, my only choice was to go there myself.
I went down there with 2 of my best friends, Jacob and my longtime internet best friend Liam. So I drove from Michigan to West Virginia to pick them up, and then we drove to Carlisle, Pennsylvania, home of the pedophile.
But of course, the night of our arrival, we couldn't just go to our Airbnb and chill. We had one stop beforehand, Gary's house.
Yo, we're really 4 minutes away from Gary's, guys.
It smells like horses.
We went from the situation 3 years ago to where now, like,
Remember,
we're about to be by his house. We're about to be at his house. You can see here on the dingly device, we're 2.3 miles away from Gary right now.
2.3 miles.
Yup, 3 minutes away, bro. We're gonna actually, like, take a look outside this dude's house. Dude, what if we, like, see him, like...
I was just about to say, like, what if he's cutting his grass? Taking his dog for a walk or something real quick.
Taking his 14-year-old out for his weekly walk.
God. We're really doing this for a YouTube video.
I actually do really gotta piss and shit now.
Yeah, dude.
We're actually in the middle of, like, nowhere.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh,
Here.
oh, dude.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god, we're on his road. This is his road.
Yo,
We're on his
we're
road.
on Gary's road right now.
I see his house. Do you see
His
it?
house?
Yeah.
Where?
It's gonna be to our right. Yeah, it's our right.
Oh my god, we're,
Oh my god,
we're
we're on
going
the
to
road. Oh my
Gary's.
god, guys. It's right there.
It's that
His
one?
car's there. His truck's there. That's his truck.
Yo, we're at Gary's house.
Holy
Yo.
Holy shit. We just went past Gary's house.
Yeah,
Oh my
wow.
god.
So, after a mini adventure, we decided to call it a night and head back to our Carlisle crib.
I'm filming, my man.
Right now?
Yeah.
Hi, YouTube. POV, you're Omma.
Yo. Where's my man Omma at?
He's taking a shit. Alright, unlock it real quick.
Hell nah.
Unlock it just for me. Just for me. Jacob isn't around. I'm gonna watch this word. Omma, baby. It's me.
Omma side characters pre-game interview. What are our thoughts on the Gary situation going down? Omma side character number 1, go ahead.
We saw his truck today. We drove past his house. None of the lights were on, so the man was probably sleeping. But I'm hyped. I want to see what he looks like in person. I want to see if he changed, like, appearance-wise within the 2 years that we haven't really talked to him.
I wonder, or I hope he went on like a villain arc, and that boy's like shredded now.
What if he?
Why do you
he's
want that to be the
fucking
case of
Yeah, why do you-
Peter?
I want him to
You wanna
do
be-
something positive with his life, first of all.
No, bro, let's be a pedophile that's ripped and beat all of her.
So we settled for the night, bringing us into our first real day in Carlisle. So naturally, the only thing to do was go see Gary's again, but in the daytime.
Morning, friends. It is day 1 in the Carlisle house.
Oh, we in this hood ad neighborhood, bro.
What?
I forgot we're in this hood ad neighborhood. Oh. We're locked in Carlisle, PA right now. We're about to head over to Gary's right now. Oh, shut up, I'm talking. Anyways, we're heading over to Gary's right now. We're gonna take a little peek-see during the daytime. Get a feel for the place, his area. Like, we're in his hood right now, so, you know, we gotta scope it out a little before we go crazy. We're gonna...
We're on his blog, dude. We gotta run his old blog.
Okay.
We gotta take it over, bro.
We're gonna take a look at his vehicle too, you know. The goal is to really try and find him like in public. But yeah, versus like risking getting shot in his front door. I mean, that's what I'll do if I need to, but we're gonna try and avoid that. So we're gonna go take a peek see his house right now. It's not stalking, it's just what else can we call it?
We're just driving through an area.
Yeah, we're just driving through an area. We just happen to be there.
We just happen to see his house.
Alright.
Lit intro.
This is just in the middle of nowhere.
He's gonna really just murder us.
Look at this house.
Wow. Carlisle at house, bro.
I see it.
I see this road.
I see the road. It's gonna be on the right.
Your destination will be on the right.
It's gonna be down more.
Yeah. Is that truck?
Is that it?
I think that's it.
I think that's
yeah.
it. Is this?
Yeah.
That's it.
Gary's
This is
house.
Gary's hood.
He's home.
He is home. The truck is there.
Wow. This is Gary's place. Okay.
This is Gary's. This is where the action goes on. That's just crazy. You've really seen it.
That's where we rizzed up that 15-year-old girl.
At this point, you're probably wondering what the plan is. I mean, we're just circling around his house and looking at it. Some may even call it stalking. I wouldn't call it stalking, but some may. The plan we had in mind was to catch Gary in a public setting so we could confront him there, as it was far safer than just knocking on his door and probably getting shot in the face. We had an inside source telling us where he would go as well, so if we went to the target, we would know about it. Problem was, we wouldn't know it until he was there, and if he was in a big public area, it'd be hard to track him down. So our thought was we would see what kind of vehicle he has. We could then identify that in public. However, when we got there, his license plate was pretty much unreadable as his truck was very far into the driveway. And before I could even get my suit on and collect my binder evidence, we already got a location pretty soon after that he was nearby at a local Subway.
There's a truck. There's a black truck.
Oh,
That's it. That's his.
so we're at Subway right now. We were about to cop some food, you know, before we hit Staples and all that to like get ready. And we found what we think is his truck in a public setting right now. We're keeping an eye out and seeing on the off chance it is him. So yeah, we're doing that right now. We're in like a little strip mall. Or, you know, the strip mall. Keeping an eye out. But if it is him and he is here, we aren't gonna act on it right now. We can't. I'm not prepared in any way really with any proof or chat logs to confront him about the situation, but we're on track to finally catch the police predator. Now we were watching a vehicle we thought was his, and we were pretty confident it was our guy because Jacob said he saw what looked like Gary inside.
I hope this is him because I want to see him in real life before I actually like am in front of his face with a camera where he's pleading for his life in front of my eyes, where I get to send him either to jail.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, as we watched a random middle-aged woman enter the truck that we thought was Gary's, we realized we had missed him by merely about 90 seconds. When we got word that Gary was at Subway, we were 10 minutes away from it roughly. We headed down there immediately, but I guess in that time frame we just barely missed him and he was already gone.
C's for Carlisle, not Crips.
Oh my.
This is not gang related.
Oh, where are we? We're about to get shot back here. This day was single-handedly the most mind-numbing, mind-fucking day of my life. Immediately, I woke up to new, groundbreaking information. I got tipped off from my source where Gary was working that day. It turns out he was working at a local Amazon warehouse. So naturally, immediately, I suited up, assembled Team Omma, and we headed down there immediately. Oh, where are we? We're about to get shot back here. What the f?
This is for cars. What the f? Dude, there's so many trucks here.
Yeah.
I just park anywhere, I guess.
Oh, that looks...
There's not a lot of people.
I think it'll be alright. We circled around for about 20 minutes until we narrowed it down to one truck we were pretty confident was his and decided we were gonna stake it out. It was 11 a.m. and lunch was coming up, so hopefully we could use that to see if it was him or not.
Gary, come home. Gary, come home. Gary, come home. Gary, come home. Can see I was blind until it came to change your mind.
My source could verify whether or not this truck we were watching was Gary's. However, we were met with another problem. Someone called security on us for being suspicious in the parking lot. Obviously, I didn't want to stick around, so we left. At this point, we kind of pieced together that catching him in public wasn't going to work very well, as it was just too clunky, and that we probably have to confront him at his home, which isn't what I wanted, but we don't have infinite time in Carlisle either. We decided later that night that it was time to finally confront the police predator. We're about to walk up to
You are going to be the person talking, and I'm not going to have to worry about that.
Stand there at the camera.
But I'm gonna be there.
Whoa! Yo!
That was close, man.
That was close.
Alright, let's go. Let's go. It's go time. It's go time! Let's go!
Go time.
Woo! Come on! Let's go! Woo!
That was so loud.
That was, wow. We got a little excited.
If he's not there, I say when we go in, and the guy agrees to talk to us, basically.
I don't think we should go in at all.
Go in the house? I actually know what the inside of the house looks like.
You're weird.
I saw model listings.
That's
like
crazy.
I don't think we should go in at all. I think
Okay, so you'd like to do an interview outside?
Yeah, you got a moment to answer some questions. Tom, let's go. Cue the Gary Come Home's track.
You're meow right now, it sound like music to me. Please come home, cause I miss you, Gary. Gary,
Subscribe to Jay. Jay's way better than Omma. Put this in, Kai. Alright, guys. Mwah. See you guys soon. Wait, dude, turn it off! I just said bye!
So we hit the road, hoping to see Gary or if the truck happened to be home.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
Just turn behind us. I'm just insane.
Oh my god, he's really on it. This truck is really on our. There is no truck.
They're turning. Why are they turning?
Just keep going straight. Just keep going straight.
Will be on the right.
Yeah, there's no truck there.
Wait, what are the odds truck behind us is them? Why are they following? Go to your house, dude.
Unfortunately, he still wasn't back, despite it being like 5 p.m. and this truck was pretty closely following us, and we already looked suspicious once that day. We were kind of on the edge and we didn't want to linger around too long. So we decided we were gonna go to Cracker Barrel and eat some food there, kill some more time, and then come back and confront Gary if he was home. Eating took about an hour. It's pretty good food, and so naturally we went back to Gary's. And while Gary wasn't there, that truck very much was, and we didn't really want to meet him, but boy was he ready to meet us.
Yo, dead ass. Like, you doing throwing the me right now?
We're getting chased right now.
We're scoping out Gary's right now because we're trying to catch him when he's home. This guy hopped in his truck in the neighborhood and just started following us, so we're being chased right now.
Now, when we got back to Gary's neighborhood, we noticed the truck wasn't there and we were passing through. However, as we were passing through, his neighbor, the man in the truck before, ran out of his house recording us and then hopped in his truck. He followed us for about 5 minutes, and that's where this footage picks up.
Bro, this is.
I'm not really sure what to do. Do we run? Do we try and talk to him?
I don't think we try to talk to him. But he might know Gary. Like, act like
this
no.
This might be a red light. What do we do on a? What if he gets out of his car?
Turn right on red.
Yeah, we're getting pulling up on a redder. What is bro doing? Oh no, I don't like this.
To your right.
Yeah. I'll see at the red light. If I see a door open, I'll peel it. Right.
It's green. It's green. It's green.
Oh, he's gonna know. I was trying to get away from him. He saw my blinker one. Yo, why are we actually getting chased right now? Dude,
he's on us. He's been on us since the neighborhood.
Yeah, he's been on us since Gary's house.
It's been a long road away.
We're genuinely being followed right now. Holy no one likes us. We're being followed by some dude.
Who is this guy?
I'm freaking out right now.
Are you really?
Yes, I'm.
He is not smiling, bro. Jacob is not smiling right now. Bro, he took out his phone to start recording us.
I'll get my license plate.
To be fair, we're driving through a neighborhood.
I get it from his point of view. We're a rusty white van repeatedly circling through the neighborhood.
I'm not from here.
Just get on the freeway, dude.
Okay, we're on the freeway, guys. No shot. He's following.
Dude, oh my god.
Following us.
Get on the freeway. Let's just.
Doesn't this guy have a wife and kids he's gotta take care of? He's trying to be on our side.
He's trying to get on our side right now?
I think he's about to.
Alright, we're fucking moving, boys! Woo!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jacob.
I don't like this.
Why is he fucking... He's really chasing us!
Oh my god, he's right on our...
I know! Yo, we're really being chased!
Oh my god.
He's eating our...
What is something that we could use to get away from him?
Speed?
No, we don't have that on him, bro.
I almost think we call a fucking cop. Because what do we do?
But the thing is that, is that the same truck that saw us before?
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
That's the thing.
Is he still on our? He's not.
He's still back
He
there.
is, that's him.
That's him behind us.
That's him directly behind us.
He's not as close.
I'm not looking behind us.
Oh.
Why?
Because
he doesn't want to...
I'm just too scared, dude.
Oh.
I am so anxious right now. I don't like this at all.
End of the world, this guy has a full tank of gas. We'll be
I'm
okay.
shaky right now.
Okay, it's alright.
We're good, dude. We're alright.
It's alright.
We're gonna be good. This guy's not gonna do shit. If it comes down to it, we'll call a cop, have him meet us somewhere, and then we'll handle it that way. I'm not too worried about it.
This is crazy though.
This is crazy. He's gonna try to go over, right?
Damn, bro, you're flooring that.
Is he trying to get on?
He's trying to get on our side. He knows we know we're chasing him now at this point. There's no way he does it. This dude's gotta be bored as
Bro, what is this guy doing with his life? He's directly on us.
We gotta think, how are we getting out of this, genuinely?
I'm trying to think how you get out of someone chasing you.
I don't know.
How we can get out of this.
Believe it or not, I'm new to this situation. Obviously, I've never been a
None of us have, bro. I don't know what the f I'm supposed to do in this. Jacob, look up on your phone how to get out of somebody chasing
Yo,
you.
call 911.
Don't call 911.
Dude, we're being chased by some guy. I don't think this conversation ends. We need to hop. He's getting over.
Oh, he's pushing. He's pushing. He's hella pushing.
I'm hella pushing.
You're in a van, bro. Take it right. Yep. Yep. Attaboy. Yeah. Good shit. Good shit. Slow down. Slow down. Just getting back in our lane.
This guy better be having fun.
Oh
I'm not enjoying being chased. I think we gotta call a cop. Truly, I do. I can't call a cop. I'm driving.
Jacob,
you gotta call a cop. Just call 911. Tell him, yo, we're being followed right now.
Should I actually?
Yes,
Yeah.
dude, we're being followed. There's no resolution to this.
I don't exactly know what interstate we're on.
What are we
We're
on?
being chased right now by someone. We don't know who it is. It's some kind of truck. I think it's a gray truck.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
We're getting on the exit now, and
He's not following us, I think. Let's go. We lost him.
all right, he is gone. All right, he's back, like not following us anymore. Okay, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for your help. All right, bye-bye.
He was 100% following.
yeah. Hold this for a little bit.
Yo!
Oh my
Holy
God.
fuck, dude! Alright, we're good. We're chilling. We're safe. We're fine. He's off.
Look at how much he's shaking.
I don't blame him, man. We just gotta chase.
Wild, bro.
You don't know how anxious I was almost about
Hey,
to
Jacob,
cry.
thank you for calling the cops. You handled that great.
You were a G.
It was that house where we were earlier, the truck that was behind us.
It was that truck?
It was that
You're
truck.
saying?
I told you it was
It was that
truck,
truck that pulled in there. It was the same truck. He pulled it out and drove, and he was following us.
We ended up making it back to our Airbnb safely, but for obvious reasons, we decided to call it a night. Funnily enough, I woke up that morning to a call from my sister saying police in Michigan went to my house under suspicion that the van I was driving, my own car, was stolen. And so they went there to verify I owned it and wasn't doing anything. I think it's crazy that cops went to my house and not the house of the guy who was going 110 miles on the highway chasing me and my friends for no real reason. At this point, I was pretty locked in and ready to go catch Gary. So I gathered the Omma side characters and my security guard, Lord Brooklyn, and we ended up taking his car as well because my van was under suspicion heavily at that point by damn near everyone in that neighborhood. And I wanted to stay under the radar when confronting Gary, obviously. At last, it was time to go confront him at his home, and all I could do was pray that I didn't get shot. Our time was now, because when we got to Gary's, his truck was there.
Watch that truck pulls back in.
I know. Kai, someone's having him talk to him.
What are they saying?
Bro, they're really protecting their pedophiles out here.
And of course, as we walk up to Gary's, my friend Liam notices that this lady is holding up my security guard and they're talking. So I run down there pretty quickly, which wasn't recorded, but basically she just asked if we were quote unquote the YouTubers, to which I replied yeah. And I guess it was made pretty known who we were and why we were there at that point by the cops. But she ended up being pretty cool about everything, so that was cool.
You guys were freaking us out.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to catch him when he's home, which he's right now. I wasn't trying to scare anyone. And that guy over there chased me yesterday, so.
Yeah, because we're
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's
on guard, obviously.
I'm a new person around here. I wasn't trying to spook no one, but we're just gonna try and talk to him about it.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
What is
she knew we were YouTubers?
Yeah, she was like, were you here yesterday?
She knew we were YouTubers.
The whole neighborhood knows that, dude.
What? Wait, what happened?
The cops knew I'm a YouTuber.
How? Oh, because of the Michigan.
My sister brought it up, yeah.
Oh my god.
So they
bro.
know what's up.
Okay. All right. Well, then everyone knows.
Hopefully you didn't see that.
All right. All right. We're here, man.
They're going up.
Wow. Holy.
I'll sit back over there. Oh, how you doing, sir? Is there a Gary Jeffers here?
Yes.
You think I have to speak to him?
Pat, I'm him.
Oh, you're him.
Can I help you?
Yeah, we're investigating some that was going on, and you know what Discord is?
Yeah, well, you guys can investigate whatever you want because I'm already being investigated, so you guys can go on.
Oh, well, I just have a few questions for you. That's all.
You don't have any questions.
No, I do have questions. I mean,
No,
if
you
you
don't.
don't want to talk, that's cool. I'll go. But
I don't need to talk to you because I'm already being investigated. Well, who are you with?
I'm with
Yourself?
the Predatory Investigation Unit.
Excuse me?
A privately owned operated.
Well, I don't care about your privately operated
So
investigative
we don't have to
unit.
talk, sir. I just like to ask you
I know I
questions.
don't
Okay.
because I'm already being investigated and I don't need to talk to you.
All right. You have a good day then, sir.
So you guys can go on your way and leave me alone.
All right.
including your internet shit.
All right. Yo. He looked mad as hell.
Oh my god.
He looked pissed.
Bro, that was Gary,
That
bro.
was, dude, he looked different.
I know, he looked hella different.
He looked different in person. Wow.
Not gonna lie, he looked like he lost weight.
I think
He probably did.
after every sentence, he looked over at me, and I was just grilling him.
We just talked to Gary, the police predator.
We just talked to Gary.
He didn't want to talk. We tried to confront him.
bro. No way, we just talked to Gary.
But, you know, it is what it is.
All right, kids. Stay off Grindr.
I can't.
Stay off these type of apps because
Sir.
these people that got all this beautiful land and this beautiful money,
And not what they seem.
they will predator you. They will get you.
We talked, dude, he looked different in person.
He looked hella different. He had a beard.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
What did he say?
I said, he said, can I help you? I said, yeah, we're looking for Gary Jeffers. Is he here? And he
He's
said,
like,
yeah,
this
I'm
is
him. Because he looked different as hell. So it was like, are we only
He
talking
said he's
about?
already being investigated, and so that we can't investigate him.
He said, who are you with?
He said he's not going to talk to her. He's, who are you with, yourself? I think this boy scared him. He was eyeing Little Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And at last, the Police Predator trilogy was complete.
You should kick a Predator freestyle.
Yo, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I know.
Yo, let's hear it, bro.
Let's see, you kick a Predator freestyle.
Yeah.
If I fuck up, just cut it out.
Alright, we got you.
Okay. Alright, look. He's a predator. He like little girls. If he let the dog loose, we's gonna rock his world.
Ooh.
You get killed for touching a little girl. We catching predators all around the world. Woo. Yeah, hit a white girl, I just call the chocolate swirl. How gonna be to go crazy? She wanna fuck cause a nigga is wavy, like. Woo. Yeah, I cannot have no baby, like. Yeah, he gotta go to jail, he touching them babies, like.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this what the day be like. We was at Chick-fil-A, we got it anyway. He was taking little girls out on them dates.
Ooh.
He opened the door and he tried to escape. But Omma at the door, you can't escape. He is a predator, but I'm the one up. Wait, hold on, I fucked up.
So, after 3 years of tracking the police predator, we I really wish that fell over. So after 3 years of tracking down the police predator, we finally came to Pennsylvania. And after getting in a high-speed chase and days of surveillance, we finally were able to go to his house and confront him. And 3-year investigation, at least on my behalf, is finally concluded. But like Gary said, he's still under investigation. So I guess we'll have to just wait for the outcome. And if you've enjoyed this journey as much as I have, make sure you subscribe right now, because next week we caught another pedo in Carlisle, PA. And this is by far one of the craziest guys I've ever encountered.